Shift side to side, edges of the feet becoming prominent in our awareness. And if you'd like, you can even deepen the movement of the ankle if that's available to you. If you've had a recent injury, it's okay to visualize this, or even slightly press a little more on one side or the other without lifting the ankle or doing too much. And then coming to a pause, so you can feel almost the periphery of the feet, the weight of the toes, the heel, the edges. And we'll take that awareness of the foot and the connection of the foot to the earth with us as we continue into our practice. And as we move into these 6 movements of the spine, we'll start with the first and second movements, flexion and extension, or cat-cow, as some of you are aware of. So we're going to sit back a little bit on the heels of the feet, maybe 2/3 of the weight with the hands at the thighs. And again, any ankle injury, recent injury, you're welcome to take some of that weight off by placing the hands on the chair. And starting with an exhalation, drawing the belly in towards the spine. The tailbone will tuck under. And as you inhale, release the belly, letting the tailbone expand in the other direction. So we'll do this movement back and forth with the breath. Maybe 2 more movements here. And as you exhale, draw the belly in. We're going to draw it in about halfway, so the spine is in a little bit more of a neutral position. And releasing the arms by the side, just let the arms gently hang and move. Just letting them wave back and forth. Not too much effort in the body. There's just a little bit of, you might notice there's a little bit of a rocking back and forth on the feet as you move the arms, so that we're really doing this with minimal effort. And letting the arms come to a pause, we'll start to press ourselves up into standing and take a moment to feel the body, noticing maybe the connection of the feet with the earth, with the shoulders. And we'll do this chair position one more time, sliding hands down the thighs as we start to sit back on the heels, the knees bending. And we'll do this curve now of the spine a little more deeply. So as we exhale, drawing the belly in, tucking the tailbone and rounding the shoulders forward, bringing the chin towards the chest. Inhale, release the belly, reversing the curve up through the spine, lifting through the chest. And maybe tilting the chin up a little bit here. So we'll do that movement 4 more times, integrating with the breath. And pausing here with this belly in about halfway. We'll inhale, reach the right arm up, And rotate back and forward. And then inhaling the left arm up, reaching up and back. If you have any injuries with the shoulder, you can place the hand at the shoulder and use the elbow to draw an arc in the sky. So we're going to do that movement about 5 times for each side. You might notice that as you're doing this, the eyes are also moving. So let the eyes move with the elbow or the hand. And come into a pause. Coming back into a neutral position, and we'll pause here for a moment, just feeling the connection of the feet to the earth. And noticing your awareness of the energy of the front of the body and the back of the body. Like even saluting and giving thanks for the presence of energy in front and behind us. We'll go into the third and fourth positions of the spine and side bending. So bringing the hands, palms against the thighs here, we'll start with side bending to the right. Very simple side bending back and forth, exploring that range of motion. Might help to start with the feet about shoulder width apart, a little wider apart, so you can feel this movement without too much strain. Letting the breath synchronize with the movement. And this next movement, we'll side bend to the right. We'll pause here, drawing that left hand up the rib cage and coming to a pause where it feels the most comfortable for the shoulder. Somewhere the hand is resting on the side body here. If you'd like, you can just slide this hand up and down from hip to armpit, whatever that range of motion is for you. And then coming to a pause, coming to a rest where it feels good. We'll take 5 breaths here, feeling the expansion of this side rib cage, letting the eyes rest in front of you along the horizon or a little bit lower. And we'll do 5 movements of the head here. So as you inhale, looking down, exhale, look up. And this last exhale, reach the arm up if it's possible, or you can do this pain-free. And we'll come back up to standing and pause here for a moment. You notice the expansion and change of energy between the left and right side. You might notice a quality difference of density or lightness. And we'll side bend over to this right side again, bringing that left arm up or the hand to the shoulder and drawing that elbow up to the sky. And then we'll do 5 breaths here of reaching the arm over the head or the elbow towards the ear, either one. So we're pumping that rib cage here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And this last one, exhale. And turning the palm to face out towards the left. We'll exhale that arm all the way down by the side. Again, noticing this left side versus the right, the density or lightness, the flow, maybe the length of the body, or the presence of the foot. And we'll side bend over to the left side, sliding this right hand up and down the rib cage between the hip and the armpit. I didn't mention this on the other side, but paying attention to the edges of the feet, noticing the feet and pressing equally through the edges as we move this arm. Eventually coming to a rest at a spot that feels comfortable for the shoulder, for the body. If there's any kind of rolling forward of the shoulder, see if you can bring the back of the shoulder back a little bit, lifting through the front of the chest a little bit more. And we'll take 5 breaths here into this rib cage, feeling the expansion under the palm of the hand. As you exhale, drawing the belly button into the spine. In this position, I'm breathing in and out through the nose, only because we can deepen the breath here a little bit. And we'll start now turning the head down towards the left edge of the foot, and then turning up towards the sky. And reaching up with that right arm or the elbow. And inhaling yourself back to center. We'll pause here for a moment. Noticing how the forces are shifting in the body, maybe the presence of the feet and the bones of the legs. Shifting over to the left again, bringing that left arm up or the elbow. And reaching over and down. And as you exhale, drawing yourself back up. So we'll go into a lunge now. So coming to the top of the movement area, like a chair or a wall to be able to touch base with. That's totally fine here. We're going to shift our weight over to the left leg, really feeling the presence of the edges of the foot. If this is your practice, this is totally fine. So getting the integrity of the placement of your foot to connect with the earth. And then raising this right knee up. We'll step back. And that back heel is up so that we're balancing our weight between the left foot that's fully contacting the floor and the ball of the foot, the right foot. Now, if your stability is off, if you'd like, you can turn that right leg out a little bit and put your foot down at a 45-degree angle if that gives you a little bit less pressure on the ankle or a little more stability. So finding that place that works for you. And dropping the body somewhere in that space between the left and right legs with the tailbone tucking in just a little bit here. We'll take 5 breaths here, inhaling, reaching up. Exhaling down. Noticing any twinges here. If you'd like, you can bring the hands to the shoulder, lifting with the elbows. Exhaling down. And we'll exhale. And as we exhale, start to rotate the body to the left as you press that right knee back. And we'll bring the hands to the right hand to the outer left leg, left hand to the left hip or glute. And then hinging forward a little bit over this left hip. Continue to turn a little bit here, lengthening through the back of the neck. And breathe. This is our 5th and 6th position, the rotation of the spine. It might help to have the eyes cast down at a point on the floor, a drishti, a focal point that's maybe 8 feet, 2 meters from the body. And sweeping that left hand forward, the right arm will come back into that lunge. And exhale the arms down, step your feet together. And reestablish that connection of your feet to the earth. Both legs. And the weight of the body is distributed equally between both legs, both hip bones. Shoulders stacked over the hips. And every side is different. So one side might need a little more support than the other. So recognizing that in yourself, we'll shift over to the right leg now. Establishing that connection to the edges of the feet. Drawing that left knee up. We'll step back. And again, settling into this place between the legs. Maybe taking a look down at the knee to make sure it's not tilted too far in or out. But in alignment with the foot. And lifting through the chest here. Inhaling the arms. Exhaling down. Inhaling, exhaling through the nose. And this next one here as we inhale. And then exhale, rotate the body towards the right. Bringing the left hand on the outer right thigh, right hand on the back of the right hip. Hinging forward over this right thigh. 5 breaths here. Letting the shoulders descend away from the ears. And breathing into that space on the side ribs. Inhaling that right arm forward, left arm. And exhale, stepping your feet together. Widening the feet apart, as wide as you can. It feels comfortable. We're going to make our way down towards the ground. Do a forward fold here first. If your hamstrings are tight or you need a little extra support, this is good to have a chair or a sofa or a table if you need it. Otherwise, if you can bring the hands down to the floor, great. Or to the seat of the chair. And let the head hang. And to make our way to the floor, we'll bring the hands down towards the floor in front of the head and slide one leg in towards the middle of the mat, coming down on the knee, and then bringing the other leg down beside it. Just to give ourselves a little relief in the hips. I have to do some circles here. And then coming to a pause. Curling the toes under. Make our way into a downward dog, to a plank, eventually coming into a pigeon. But for right now, we're doing downward dog into a plank position. So curling the toes under, we'll start to lift through the chest as we press through the heels of the hand. And then distributing the weight through the palms equally, we'll press back. Through the arms, letting the shoulder blades descend along the rib cage. Inhaling forward over the palms into plank. And exhaling back. And then with this next inhale forward, we're going to draw this right knee towards the space between the two hands. And come down onto the right sit bone as we extend that left leg behind us. We are on the ball of the left foot here. Feel yourself in this position and then start to let that left knee descend and the ball of the foot relax so that now you're resting that left foot on the front of the foot. And exhale, moving down over the thigh. What can you let go of here? Whether it's a thought or intention. Press up here a little bit with the hands and turn this left foot so that it turns up through the foot. We come down to sit with this right foot towards the groin and the left leg straight. Bring this right arm over. And breathe. Lifting through the chest and dropping those sit bones down towards the earth. Dropping that right sit bone down. Breathing into that right rib cage. And then we'll start to bring this right hand down towards the earth and slide this left foot back, placing the hands towards your left, palms here, and we'll come up and back into downward dog. Move side bust here. And then moving into plank. Exhale your back. Exhale back. Pressing back through the fullness of the palms, the heel as well as the space of palms, the joints, the fingers. And this next inhalation, we're going to draw the left knee now forward to between the hands. Coming down onto that left hip, and we're still have our feet. We're now on the right ball of the foot here. Pause here for 5 breaths. That right knee pressing back so that the right knee is off the floor and lifting through the chest. And dropping that knee, letting the dorsum of the foot, the front of the foot rest on the ground. And come forward over this left hip, resting the forehead on the hands or wherever you can.
And pressing up with this left hand.
Turning that right, flexing the right foot and turning it up. We'll come onto the left leg here. Bringing that left arm up and over as that right hand slides along the inner part of the right leg. And breathe, 5 breaths here. As you press that left sit bone down. And we'll bring that left hand down in front of the left foot. Bend this right knee. Slide it behind you as we come down onto our stomach. The left side come down onto your stomach. The elbows under the shoulders, the palms flat. So pressing that pelvic bone down into the earth, we'll take 5 breaths here as we lift through the chest and draw the shoulders away from the neck or the ears. Just to make sure you don't feel like you're floating. Press down equally between the elbows and the palms of the hands. If you feel pressure in the low back, press that pelvic bone into the earth. So connecting between the palms, the elbows, and the pelvic bone, breathe. And as you exhale, start to descend the chest towards the earth, moving the elbows to the sides and the arms overhead. And we'll start to do angel wings here with the fingertips on the floor, just moving the arms through the full range of motion, letting the forehead rest on the earth. And we'll do 5 more of this, either with the fingertips still on the floor or off the floor. Then we'll slide that right hand towards the left and turn onto the side and then onto the back and come for a pause here. Lying on the back with the feet, the knees bent, the feet flat. So we're gonna do 2 final movements here before we go into our integrative pose of Shavasana. If there is a particular movement that you like to do to help yourself finish practice or feel integrated, it's a great time to do it for yourself now. Otherwise, I'm going to move into a bridge here, bringing the arms by my sides, the heels as close to my buttocks as possible. And then pressing down through the heels, pressing the pelvis up, rolling up through the spine until I can link the hands underneath, drawing the shoulders down. And we'll breathe here.
Down through the spine. And bring the arms out to shoulder height. Drawing the knees up towards the chest. Letting them move over to the right. If you'd like a little more stretch, straighten that top leg and turn your head to look towards the left. And bending the knees, coming back to center. And exhaling over to the other side. Straightening the top leg and looking the opposite direction for a little more stretch. And coming back to center. Bringing the arms down about 18 inches away from the sides of the body, stretching the legs long, the palms are up. It takes a little bit of time here to breathe. Not very long, maybe 30 seconds or so. And for those of you who would like a little more time in this position, you're welcome to stay and to transition over onto my side very carefully. Pausing here. And I'm coming into sitting. Take a moment to acknowledge our hearts in this new position and the work that our heart does for us physically and emotionally. This is one part of ourselves we know is working because of how much we feel, because that we are here together. Thank you, everyone.